Yesterday, the York College African American History class began to take you on a cultural journey through the medium of music. Today we pick where we left off, in the 1960s where the blues and Motown were breaking color barriers and kicking off new genres of music. We hope you came ready to rock with us.
Yesterday we left off at the beginning of Motown, and while it was just starting to take off, Etta James was writing that the blues were not dead yet. She blended the blues with R&B, soul, rock and roll, jazz, and gospel. James' powerful yet deep, earthy voice bridged the gap between rhythm and blues and rock and roll. She would end up winning 6 Grammy Awards and 17 Blues Music Awards. Mentioned sometimes so far have been rhythm and blues music, or its more common name, R&B. Both blues and country music combined to create this early form of rock and roll. The upbeat style of R&B was appealing to many African American musicians like Chuck Berry and Little Richard, who were credited as influence to Elvis Presley, who went on to spread their style to a greater audience. The Sprues played an inspirational role in changing radical perceptions, and they influenced subsequent performers for many years. They blended the spirit of the soul movement with a touch of old showbiz, which helped them become a prime example of Motown glamour, which appealed to black and white audiences alike. By the year 1965, the Springs had made history by achieving 5 consecutive #1 hits. This is still a record to this day. It is impossible to mention history-changing women in African American music without talking about our next artist, Tina Turner. She had been referred to as the Queen of Rock and Roll, and Tina Turner earned that title through her energetic stage presence, powerful vocals, career longevity spreading through decades, and of course her trademark legs. Tina has won 12 Grammy Awards over as many years, and she is the only female artist to garner concurrent Grammy nominations in pop, rock, and R&B categories.
Smokey Robinson, aka the King of Motown, founded R&B group The Miracles, which delivered 37 top 40 hits for Motown Records. Through Motown, their music brought together a racially divided society, touching all people of all ages and races. The song Cruisin' became one of Robinson's greatest hits. It has served as a great influence for many artists and has shaped the history of America by attaching unfelt emotions through the sense of lyrics. Days for the American soul and R&B duo who performed together from 1961 until 1981. With catchy songs like Soul Man and Thank You can almost feel the soul and funk that this group excelled at. Soul Man can still be heard today in popular culture as a result of it being used in the 1980 hit film Blues Brothers. Quincy Jones Jr. was the vice president of Mercury. His music career spans multiple faces, including being the arranger, composer, and entertainment industry executive who has worked in music, film, television, and print. He is also the all-time most nominated Grammy artist with a total of 77 Grammy nominations.
Stevie Wonder, another Motown alumnus, is one of the greatest musicians of all time. He holds 25 Grammy wins. The song Superstition topped the Billboard charts in 1973 and spent 16 weeks as the #1 song. His influence reached Prince, Michael and Janet Jackson, John Legend, Maroon 5, Whitney Houston, Sia, and many other artists. Rolling Stone magazine ranks Superstition, heard here, as the 73rd greatest song of all time, and ranked Mr. Wonder as the 15th greatest artist of all time.
It's a new life for me. Yeah, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Nina Simone's Feeling Good was written for the musical The Roar of Grease Paint, The Smell of the Crowd, where it was described as a booming song of emancipation. Nina Simone's version draws from the genres of jazz and blues and was said to provide the soundtrack for the civil rights movement. My Girl by The Temptations became the first U.S. #1 single from this band with ties to R&B and Motown. The band members are known for three things: choreography, distinct harmonies, and dress style. Their success led them to sell tens of millions of albums. They are among the most successful groups in popular cultures, not just African American culture.
Sly and the Family Stone had an important influence on pop music at the end of the 1960s. Blending funk with aspects of psychedelia, the work of the Sly and the Family Stone greatly influenced the sound of subsequent American funk, pop, soul, R&B, and hip-hop music. Sly Stone produced for and performed with more than just African American musicians, and he integrated music by putting white artists into African American radio stations, playlists while working as a DJ. Ultimately, the Sly and the Family Stone sound was a melting pot of many influences and cultures. While Sly Stone was making music to appeal to diverse audiences, some African American musicians looked to country music to express themselves. Country was a natural fit for some African American musicians, as its sound grew out of both folk music and the blues. Country music bridged races, as all could identify with the tales of the working class, people struggling to survive. Country musicians used the harmonica, the fiddle, and the banjo, which was an instrument that came from the African banjar, which was a drum with strings across it.
Friends on the street, they want my kind of a man, and to be this way. Always got a smiling face, anytime at any place. And every time they ask me why, I just smile and say, you've got to kiss an angel good morning.
Of the few African American musicians who were able to find success in country music, Charlie Pride was the most impressive. Most of his great musical success came in the 1970s with RCA Records. He would become the best-selling performer for RCA Records since Elvis Presley. He had 52 top 10 hits, 40 of which made it to #1. He was one of the only 3 to have been inducted as a member of the Grand Ole Opry. He was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2000
paving the way for a South Carolina African-American Darius Rucker to win a Grammy for Best Country Solo Performance in 2013.
Our next artist is one that everyone respects, Aretha Franklin. Miss Franklin began her career as a child, singing gospel at New Bethel Baptist Church in Detroit. By the end of the 1960s, Aretha Franklin had earned that R-E-S-P-E-C-T, everyone became known as the Queen of Soul. In 1987, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as the first female performer ever. During the 1970s, a new brand of pop music was born, one that was steeped in old African and new African-American styles, particularly jazz and R&B. The new sound appealed to a broader cross-section of the listening people. Earth, Wind, and Fire not only embraced this new sound, but also helped bring to the evolution which bridged the gap that has often separated the music taste of Black and White Americans. Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon, and Mike were five brothers that were known as the Jackson 5. They would go on to become one of the greatest pop groups in music's history. As one of Motown's most successful acts in the 1970s, this group appeal was more than just musical. They were known for performing and entertaining choreography paired with catchy vocals. They were among the first African-American teen idols to appeal to a crossover audience.
Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers reached number 6 on the R&B chart and number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1971. His blend of soul, R&B, blues, and funk granted him success beyond this song. He also hit it big with Lean On Me and Just the Two of Us. In 1972, Ain't No Sunshine won the Grammy for Best R&B Song. Bill Withers was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2015.
Leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
In his short 4-year career, Jimi Hendrix is still currently noted as one of the greatest electric guitarists of all time. His first hit single was Big Joe, but it wasn't until Purple Haze was released in 1970 that his career took off. He was the major figure in the rise of psychedelic rock and broke the color barrier in rock music. Today, he is still remembered for his rendition of the Star Spangled Banner at the 1969 Woodstock. Motown recording artist Marvin Gaye used R&B, soul, funk, and jazz to become known as the Prince of Motown. Of his many hits, like How Sweet It Is and I Heard It Through the Grapevine, his most popular was his song, What's Going On. This song highlighted the police brutality and discrimination against African Americans during 1971. Barry Gordy Jr. initially rejected Gaye's request to produce his song, but he held out until it was released and was an immediate sensation. Marvin Gaye's hit went number 2 on the Billboard Pop chart and number 1 on the R&B chart. and the song became the fastest selling Motown single of all time.
The classic R&B band, the Commodores, were made up of 6 classmates at Tuskegee Institute of Alabama. It was there that they perfected their sound that mixed funk with R&B. They are best known for their hits Brick House and Easy. Eventually, Lionel Richie left the group to go solo, spurring another superstar in American music.
She's my tag, just letting it all hang out. She's a friend. I like ladies that's the fact. Ain't holding nothing back. She's a friend.
Sister Sledge was made up of 4 sisters, Debbie, Joni, Kim, and Kathy. They got their start singing at church events and community functions. They grew up in a home full of women with love and faith at the core. They performed a variety of genres, including jazz, soul, gospel, disco, and R&B. Sister Sledge's desire is to use their music to heal, enlighten, and transform their listeners, connecting with each other despite everyone's differences. They were famous for saying, "We are all different, we are all equal, we are all awesome."
Okay, YC. We have covered slave spirituals, gospel songs, and the blues, jazz, R&B, and even country. If you think we are done, you are mistaken, because we have saved the best for last. Tomorrow, we hope you will all join us again, and we will bring all these styles to the present and add a few new sounds. Again, I want to remind you that our list this week is far from complete. We hope that you will use this opportunity to explore the cultural significance of your favorite pieces of music. We thank you for your attention, if you paid attention, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Thank you.